Στην εκπομπή μας σήμερα φιλοξενούμε μια δασκάλα Pilates, την Caroline Sandry, που έχει έρθει από το Λονδίνο για να μας μιλήσει στα μυστικά της τέχνης αυτής, γιατί είναι τέχνη να κάνεις Pilates. Από ό,τι καταλάβαμε, γυμνάζει το εσωτερικό των μειών για ενδυνάμωση και να βοηθήσει τη φυσική μας κατάσταση, ώστε να είμαστε όλοι ευτυχισμένοι και δυνατοί. Thank you for being here with us, Caroline. It's
My
wonderful.
pleasure. Thank you for having me. It's just so beautiful here.
We're sitting by the sea at a beautiful resort.
Yeah, the Wyndham Ramada Poseidon. So, King of the Sea, is that right?
You're
Poseidon?
right,
Yeah.
you're so good, so good.
Perfect.
How do you feel being here in Greece with us?
Relaxed and energized and happy and calm and grateful.
Grateful. That's the word you're using, I think, in your everyday life. It shows everywhere, in everything you do.
Yeah.
You're very, very calm and concentrated. Is life so easy, like everything is perfect in your life?
No, I don't
Not
think
all
life
the
is
times.
perfect, no. But I think if you always try to look for the positive in every situation, there is always something to lift you or to lighten you. So I think having gratitude is really important to make you feel good.
So you increase your blessings every day.
Yeah.
Like, do you have a special way to work through everyday life? Having a
Yeah.
routine maybe that helps you?
Yeah, I just actually quite naturally, I guess some people might pray before they go to sleep. I tend to think of my day and think, oh, I'm so lucky, I have my beautiful daughter, and thank you, I love my legs because they took me on a run today, and thank you for my amazing healthy body, and
Okay.
I always sort of run through all the things that I'm grateful for. And in life, sometimes I've, been through ups and downs, and one thing I found really helpful when I was having a hard time was actually keeping like a little gratitude journal. And every day, no matter how horrible the day was, I had to write down 3 things that I was grateful for, even if it was that I had a nice cup of coffee. And it's a really good practice, I think, to take your mind to a positive place.
So you think that little things in life is pleasure? Like, you don't have to be, when you say happy, like you earn $1 million or
No.
euros, whatever.
No.
It's just a coffee
It's small
or
things.
smile, maybe.
Yeah,
A smile.
absolutely. And you know the practice of the coffee, because that came up quite often. I had a nice coffee today. And so that's actually made me, every time I sit by myself and I have a coffee and I look maybe out at the sea or I read a magazine, I think, I'm so lucky, this is so nice. So it just makes me feel
Lifts
good.
you up.
Yeah.
Means lifts you up.
Yeah.
The thing is that every day we're going through turmoil. We don't have such an easy life and everything is perfect, as
No.
we said before. So what can we say to our friends that are watching us here today? How can we help them understand that it's not you, that you have a perfect body or smile, that you're like a model, a plastic person who everything works fine for her. But how can they find a way to just say, I'm going to lift myself, going from the couch into life and move our muscles and move our system?
Sometimes people find many excuses to not take that step towards a sort of a more positive direction. People might think they're too old, but actually, the truth is, muscle knows no age. Your muscle doesn't know how old you are.
That's a perfect secret. So then
it will respond. If you lift a weight, whether you're 20 or 70, your muscle will adapt. So your muscles know no age, so start to use them. And the other thing I think is to find the positive in everything. So many people are down on themselves about how they look. Nobody's perfect. But instead of saying, I hate my legs, or I wish I had blah, blah, blah.
Like nagging all the time, to yourself especially,
and
not to others.
bringing yourself down.
Yes.
Think, I've got really strong legs, and my back is strong, and I can carry my children around. Find those positive things, and you'll start to believe them. Treat yourself like you would treat others. Often you say to your friends, but you've got beautiful shoulders and you look so amazing. Talk to yourself that way.
About that. And what about NLP? I know that you've been practicing, like changing negativity into positivity. And everybody says, oh, that's not so easy to do. How do you find the right words to use in your vocabulary or in your teaching when you coach others?
One thing that I've tried to do, and that comes from NLP training, is to not use negative. So instead of saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't do the other, whether that might be to my daughter, to myself, or to my clients, I try to say,
Do.
do this, try doing this, hey, why don't you try doing that? And it comes across as a much more positive thing, and I think your own body and children and clients respond so much better. Yeah. So take away the negative.
And the question again is about finding your way through life. Like say, when you were a kid, did you know that you would become an instructor of Pilates? I mean, that was a dream to you, or how did this thing happen? How did you find the road that leads you to this happiness or to this work?
It's funny because when I was young, I was a little bit directionless, but I thought I would like to be a physiotherapist.
Oh.
But you know, when you're a young kid, somebody put me off by telling me some of these things you had to do in hospital. And the funny thing is that instinctively, I had recognised that I wanted to help people and work with the body. But it wasn't until I was in my 20s that I discovered Pilates and fell in love with it. And it's really gone from there. I've been teaching Pilates for 16 years.
And a long time.
Yeah, and I'm still in love with it because I see what it does, how it changes people, how it helps people, and you know, that's amazing.
Okay, so Pilates was invented by Pilates, who wanted to help dancers.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to help himself
to empower
originally.
Themselves.
He was actually, Joseph Pilates was actually a sickly man. He had polio, he had rickets, and his body was very frail. So he sort of developed his own system to improve his own body. And from there, obviously, he discovered all these amazing movements. And he then, you're right, went on to help all these amazing ballerinas. In fact, ballerinas still tend to use Pilates today, and a lot of Pilates teachers are actually ex-dancers because, again, it's very corrective, but it also gives you amazing core strength, which is really important if you're a dancer.
I would like to talk about dance, not as a dancer, ballerina, or classical dancer, modern dancer, but what dance does to you when you practice dance. Maybe you practice dance or whatever you do. How do you feel about dance movement?
Dance is, for me, like an expression of joy.
Great.
And it's something I do. I can't dance like an aerobics class, but me and my daughter, you know, we dance around the kitchen, and I'll pick her up and we'll.
The shoop shoop song.
To feel the music,
like the mermaids.
Just to be silly, and it's lightness, isn't it? Dancing, I think, is light and fun and happy, and
Okay, so you do the same thing with the Pilates. Like you go with your hormones. You work with your hormones. I think they give you joy. The hormones of joy come when you do the Pilates. It's like the dance hormones that you open up yourself to it.
Yes, absolutely.
So. Picture yourself in, like, say, 10 years from now. What would you like to do? Would you like to continue on doing this? Because I know you've been working on TV, doing commercials about also healthy nutrition, maybe coaching. How do you see yourself, like, putting more elements to your personality and to your work?
I always see myself working one-to-one with people because that's what gives you energy, you know, to see the improvements that happen with people. And I see this perhaps changing as I get older. Perhaps I'll be doing more senior work. I can imagine myself being 85 and still training and taking classes. That's what I hope. And I do love the filming, and I love the fact that, you know, filming takes me to amazing places like this.
Look at the sunset. Yes, it's a beautiful sunset now. It's a really beautiful sunset.
If I'm lucky enough to continue doing this, then I will definitely be doing that. But I will always be, I think, using my body to hopefully motivate other people. So slide down. Now tuck your tailbone under, pull the abs in, squeeze the pelvic floor, press your shoulders back against the wall. So you're now trying to push your whole spine against the wall, and then exhale, lift one arm, and exhale, change, and exhale. Keep trying to draw the pelvic floor in, keep trying to hollow out your abs. Keep pressing the back against the wall. Four more. Exhale. Exhale. Last two. Last one. Take a breath in. Exhale. Squeeze your pelvic floor. Slide back up the wall. And then we're going to come back over to to the mat.
So I know you've also studied yoga, and you've instructed yoga, so you know the differences between yoga and Pilates, definitely.
Yeah.
But do you think yoga is more spiritual, or about your spirituality? I would like to know, like not the bodily part of Caroline, but also the spirit of her.
Yeah, I mean, first, yes, I do think yoga is much more spiritual. But I also think that being in touch with yourself is a form of spirituality, and Pilates can bring that by slowing you down and making you pay attention. Myself, personally, I think Mother Nature is the all-encompassing spirit, and for me, you know, being outside, being in nature, being near the sea, seeing the sun, being near trees, mountains, just makes me feel amazing, and I think that's as close to God or whatever spirit that I can get. I love Buddhism, I love learning about Hinduism, all of these religions, and I think essentially my feeling is to be good to others and to be kind, and that's my kind of essence of spirituality.
I want to end the discussion with this because it's beautiful. Thank you so much for being here with us. It's an honor, really. It's very, very nice to look at someone's eyes, not just to see the body from a distance and just the exercise you do, that you practice, but to feel that a person inside and out is beautiful like you. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you. Ευχαριστούμε που ήσασταν και σήμερα μαζί μας. Ελπίζουμε να ευχαριστηθήκατε αυτή τη συζήτηση και να είδαμε τη θετική πλευρά της ζωής που μας κάνει καλύτερους, πιο ευτυχισμένους, πιο υγιείς, σε αρμονία και σε ισορροπία με τον εαυτό μας. Να είστε καλά.